Forestry practices and wood sourcing play a vital role in the ongoing discussion about mass timber. For mass timber to be a genuinely sustainable building material, responsible management of wood sourcing, harvesting, and processing is essential. In this video, we'll be going over some common myths and misconceptions surrounding forestry practices in mass timber production. Starting off with myth number 1. The harvesting and processing of wood makes mass timber a huge carbon emitter. It's true that the harvesting and processing of wood produces carbon emissions. However, sustainable forestry practices can significantly reduce these impacts. Certifications like the Forest Stewardship Council and Program for the Endorsement of Forest Certification promote responsible harvesting methods that prioritize minimizing ecological harm and carbon output. These practices include reforestation requirements, biodiversity protection, and careful regulation of harvesting levels. So while mass timber construction does result in some carbon emissions, its carbon footprint is generally much smaller compared to other building materials like steel or concrete when sourced and produced sustainably. Myth number 2. There isn't enough wood available to meet housing demand. The concern that there isn't enough wood available to meet housing demand can be misleading. While wood availability varies per region, it is generally more a matter of distribution and forestry management than a global shortage. In some regions, particularly where deforestation rates are high, timber may be in limited supply. However, in other areas, forests are underutilized with an abundance of trees. Sustainable forest management can help balance regional variations in wood availability. By implementing responsible forestry practices, regions with abundant resources can support areas with shortages. And responsible logging practices can ensure that timber harvesting remains within sustainable limits. Myth number 3. Constructing buildings with timber destroys forests worldwide. While irresponsible timber harvesting can lead to deforestation, sustainable forestry practices can actually enhance forest health and promote biodiversity. Forests can be sustainably managed to help provide a sustainable supply of timber without degrading ecosystems. Sustainable logging practices include selective harvesting, replanting, and maintaining forest buffers, which help prevent habitat destruction and biodiversity loss. When carefully implemented, these practices not only provide a continuous supply of timber, but also support forest ecosystems, allowing for the responsible use of wood in construction without damaging forests. Myth number 4. All wood is good wood. The sustainability of wood is not universal. It varies based on factors such as the species, sourcing location, and forestry management practices. Different types of wood have varying growth rates, durability, and ecological impacts. For example, fast-growing species can be more sustainable when harvested frequently, while slow-growing hardwoods may be better reserved for longer-lasting applications. Additionally, wood sourced from well-managed forests is of course preferable to wood sourced from vulnerable areas. Sourcing practices that respect biodiversity, soil health, and local communities help ensure that wood remains a sustainable building resource. Therefore, not all wood has the same environmental footprint and social impact, and sourcing considerations are crucial in determining the sustainability. Myth number 5. The use of small diameter logs is always better for the environment. While small diameter logs can sometimes be more environmentally friendly, this is not universally true. The environmental impact depends mostly on where and how these logs are sourced. In well-managed forests, the use of small diameter logs can help maintain ecological balance by removing excess growth and reducing fire risks. However, over-harvesting small logs or harvesting from fragile ecosystems can lead to soil depletion, reduced biodiversity, and other ecological imbalances. Forest health relies on a diversity of tree ages and sizes, and the removal of small diameter trees should be balanced with the needs of the ecosystem. Go take a look on the Timbertalk Patreon page, since we now have a new mind map for the myths and misconceptions surrounding mass timber. And don't forget to subscribe for more information on mass timber architecture. Stay informed, stay inspired. Timbertalk.